ain't no telling how to play this game. You don't really want to know.
Yo, what is going on? It's DJ Crowley, and Blue is here, of course, as well. And we've had this one's been a long time coming. Kyle Smith in the house. Who the fuck is Kyle Smith?
What up?
Can you please let everybody know who the fuck you are real quick?
Well, hello everybody. My name's Kyle Smith. I am a professional yeller at Peopler, and I play a little bit of guitar and sing too. I'm mainly a mover and a t-shirt salesman, but we play a little bit of guitar and sing occasionally, like 8% of the time. So I guess people call it a musician. I don't know.
So back in, I think it was 2015. I can't remember, but I started hearing this, who the fuck is Kyle Smith thing, and look at you now, man. It's so crazy to see, especially what's happened to you with your recovery journey, and now your success as an artist, man. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about all that here in just a little bit. But you just got back from the islands, I guess you'd say. And one thing I've noticed about you is you're not afraid to go explore the world by yourself. I want to talk about that real quick before we get into
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, yes, I love this.
You love exploring, and especially you're not afraid to do it by yourself, which a lot of people, like, especially people that go to shows, like I can't go to a show like by myself. Like, why do you go out and explore by yourself?
So first of all, I guess everybody has responsibilities. A lot of people have things that limit them, or things that everybody has commitments and responsibilities and things and reasons why they cannot do basically what they want to, which sucks, but it's kind of like how we, I guess it's maybe part of like touring for a living is not being like stuck here at the house, To be honest, I've never been on a cruise ship, like a music cruise before in my life. And I went on the Flogging Molly cruise a few weeks ago, and it was like Pennywise and the Interrupters and like a bunch of my favorite punk and ska bands. And I just went by myself, and like it's a totally different scene from like the whole Cali reggae scene, and like nobody knew who I was, and it was amazing. And I just I literally I was just in the pit for like 5 days straight. You know what I mean? I was just acting like a fucking idiot and a kid, and it was like the most free and the most fun I've had in a very, very long time. So either that, or the first time I got in the water in the Virgin Islands, for sure.
Yeah.
I
mean, the water is such a special place, man. You're just down in the islands, right? Doing some shows at Windmill, which is a reggae friendly place. Like Dan Kelly gets married there, and everybody's like crazy.
Yeah. It's the owner likes my music and hit me up on Facebook, and then we made it happen like 4 months later. So very, very blessed.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you guys are just tuning in, you missed us all naked. The lube was everywhere. It was awesome, but you'll have to try that one another time. However, let's move on to the actual interview here. And it's not an interview, it's a conversation. That's what we do here. This is not the reggae news. Bro. You know what I mean? So this is going to be an interesting interview or conversation. I've got a lot of your homies. I've been talking with a lot of your homies and asking them throughout the week or so, kind of, quotes, stories, blah, blah, blah. And I want to start. Really? Yeah. And, I want to start with Clemente, man.
Brandon. Yeah.
Such an amazing soul. And, one thing I've noticed about both of you is your genuine, real love and support for our family of artists and the fans in the scene, both online and off. You two are leading the way for a new generation of artists. It's like a new way of thinking. The family is always better together. In respects to that, you said people will always remember how you made them feel more than anything. Being selfish and shitty comes so easily and naturally for me. Trying to do the exact opposite day in and day out is where things started improving. The more I focus on just trying to be the best I can to be to others without searching for immediate personal gain or instant gratification, the more doors open, the more opportunities come, the more the universe will bring good people, places, and things into my life. Let's talk about not fans, the family. We call them the family. Why are they so important to you, man?
Dude, I spent so many years of my life alone. You know what I mean? I've spent so many years being like unwanted, and like everywhere that I went was like, oh fuck, he's here again. You know what I mean? Like that's been my whole life, dude. That's been my whole life up until like 6 years ago. You know what I mean? I will never underestimate the value of uh having friends and not being alone, and the simplest like hug or hey man, how you doing, you know what I mean, what's really going on, instead of just like fine, you know, everything's good, you know, like no, like what the fuck's really going on, you know what I mean. The little things like that can have such a huge impact on somebody. And I learn all that shit from like my recovery and my meetings, dude, to be honest, you know what I mean. Like I had no idea how to talk to people. I had no idea how to interact with people. I can even like look people in the eye and have a conversation with them normally when I first like got clean 10 years ago, you know what I mean. So many people like just selflessly invested in me and poured their time and energy into me, and fucking took me to get groceries when I had no car, and fucking helped me clear up my warrants when I was like fucking had the cops fucking with me, and you know, like literally walked me through life. And like there's no handbook to life, and every single thing that I've learned how to do as an adult was like strictly because somebody else cared about me and wanted to see me succeed, you know. So I don't know. I try the hardest I can within reason to pay that back as much as possible all the time, because I know that everybody has some shit. Everybody's going through fucking something that we will never understand. You know, the family and the people and the friends are so fucking important. I mean, first of all, they're the reason I'm not in a cubicle. You know what I mean? I could be back in the fucking office, waking up at 4:30 every day and going to the office at 5:36 to fucking go make 140 phone calls, you know what I mean. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But just the love, man, the love that we get at shows, and the stories that I hear, and just the fact that people are excited when I pick up a fucking guitar is insane to me, because nobody gave a fuck for my whole life until like 6 years ago. You know,
Now they do. And we got
a
Kyle
little
Smith
bit,
in the
we're
house,
getting a
man.
little bit, we're getting there.
We are. Well, you say it, brick by brick. Every show is, you know, a brick at a time. Let's go back to Clemente here. You said, when I
Yep.
look at Kyle, I see someone that's going to make their dreams happen no matter what, whether it's the traditional way or not. He's going to make it happen. He'll figure it out. I love that, because I think the name of the game is figure it out. In my mind, you know, he's one of the models for DIY. And Ed from Sugar Shack, you know, said he's the hardest working indie artist ever. We love Kyle. How you have
Crazy.
so much going on, and you almost do it all by yourself? How do you get it done? How do you do it?
My motto, I mean, not my motto, but something that's always stuck with me for the past 8 years has been bite off more than you can chew and chew like fuck. You know what I mean? And sometimes I regret it. Most of the time I don't. I think that when we take risks and we take chances and we fucking go after shit, and we don't underestimate ourselves, and we believe in ourselves, that we really fucking surprise ourselves with what we can really fucking do, you know? Um, I think a lot of people have a hard time with, you know, what they're truly fucking capable of, you know. Like I would have never, so many years it was always just, why would that happen to me, you know what I mean? Like why me? And so many people believe in me, and so many people fucking love me and support me, like for whatever reason. It's like, why not me, you know what I mean? It was a shift in the fucking mindset. So not to stray too far away from your question, living urgently and just knowing that we only have one fucking chance, and we're only young once, and fucking this is it, dude. You know what I mean? I will never be fucking 30 ever again. You know what I mean? I will never be this young ever again than I am on this fucking day right now. So I try to live like it, and I try to really realize that every fucking day. And I think about our mortality, and I think about death a lot, which is kind of unusual in a way and not really like normal, but it really, really helps me. It really helps me kick my own ass and fucking kick myself into gear. I hope that's not too crazy from the actual question.
No, I mean, thinking about, death, it's inevitable, as of right now, maybe not in the future. Who knows what they're working on, but it is, and maybe, you were close to that, when
Yeah.
you were at
Oh,
your
for
rock
sure.
bottom. So is that reason maybe why it's in your brain like that? Because you
Yeah.
kind of almost felt that energy. You were close to
Yeah.
that energy.
Yeah.
It's
1000%.
it's crazy, man. Well, we're happy that you're still here. We're happy that you are clean and sober and rocking
Thanks, man.
shows and doing everything that you do. I do want to touch on social media and marketing before we get into your music here.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing Clemente was saying. He's the best marketer out there, but I don't think it's all genuine. It's all real. You said that I treat this personal page like a journal. Being real and genuine is what engages people because they can relate. Tell us about your journal that is social media and why you're so open with it.
I like being vulnerable. You know what I mean? It's so fucking I hate hearing myself say that. It's so fucking gross. I I love letting other people know that it's okay to not be okay. You know what I mean? If you are a fucking I mean, men or women, but I think that for a lot of males, we are fucking taught to mask how we feel, and we're taught to suck it up and fucking fight through it. And um, I mean, at least that's how it was for me. Nobody cares, work harder. I mean, that's cool. Like I respect that. But at the same time, um, I think it's okay to be 100% real with where you're at in your life. And the people that don't like it, fuck them. If somebody thinks I'm complaining because I'm on social media and I'm like, hey dude, this touring shit is really fucking hard, if that makes them fucking mad, then they're fuck them. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have my days where we've been going like 25 days in a row and I haven't fucking slept or eaten right in fucking weeks. You know what I mean? And I'm like fucking dying, and I'll post like, hey, today was really fucking rough, and people are like, oh shit, like I didn't even know that that's what musicians go through. You know what I mean? Like I thought you guys just fucking had fun all the time. I think it's really, really important for I think it's important for people to see kind of the shitty side of the biz too. You know what I mean? Like it's a grind, and it's not all. Um, it may be more professional or more marketable to only post new music and, hey guys, we're so excited to see you on this show, and like fucking I can't see myself like being that guy that's like off the camera like all miserable and then like getting on the video and being like, hey guys, fucking this is what we're doing and da 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 da, and then hit stop and then back to, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I really, really just want people to see things for how they are. And I think that that's, you know my music is whatever. Like my production, my riff writing, melodies, hooks, lyrics, whatever is just fucking, to me, as a musician, like I beat myself up over it all the time. But being able to connect with people and being one on one with people instead of me being like this entity to them like most people do with like other musicians, I think it's beneficial to both of us, to all of us, just to know that I'm fucking human.
Yeah, you're more than music. You're creating something that's even bigger than music. And that's the cool thing about music. You can go create, do whatever you want, and you have the opportunity now to help people, and that's what you're doing, and you're being real and genuine with it. And I think that's really why people are coming to you, because when somebody posts something like, yeah, here's our show, whatever, but yeah, cool, that's information that needs, you need to get out. But being real is a much deeper thing, and it's important for all artists to be real, like you and like Clemente. Like I said,
Yeah.
man, you guys are trailblazing this, like, and not just for the family but for our artist family as well. Like, like support, like doing posts to support, all of our family is amazing. Like, I saw blah 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 the other day, and they're just so dope, and here's why.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something, and I've been doing this for like 15 plus years now in this
Yeah.
business, and that's something that I saw here and there, but now with you guys and people like you are changing that narrative, and it's really cool. So we really really respect you and appreciate you for doing what you're doing.
Thanks, man. That's like one of the nicest things anybody's ever said to me.
I got a million
That's
of
crazy
them.
shit. That's crazy shit I've ever heard in my life. Thanks, Brennan.
Hey, we love it. Hey, we just heard some crazy shit. You're listening to Simmer Down. If you're just tuning in, you're late. We got Kyle Smith in the house. KyleSmithJams.com, at Kyle Smith, and the Kyle Smith music family on the Face World. Let's get into your music a little bit, man. Tell us about, one thing I notice that we have in common is we both don't play with a pick. You do things a little bit differently, and it still sounds amazing. When did let's just talk about your music. Tell us about your music and where the writing comes from, where the sounds come from. Let's talk about your band, your Christopher Nishida, Scotty B, all the grooves. Tell us about your music, man, and the other side of things.
Okay. So I love everything. I think that it's 2023. People have been recording music for about 100 years. And I think that there are so many things that have already been done, and it's so hard to find. There's been billions of fucking musicians recording music all over the world for fucking 100 years. And I think at some point somebody has already done something similar. Somebody has already played that chord progression. Somebody has already put that horn line in a song. Like at some point that composition of music has already been put together. So it is up to young artists or just any artist now in 2023 to not regurgitate something, but to take something that has already been done in some form and transform it into something new and completely change the sound and the style of it. I love hardcore. I love punk rock. I love roots reggae. I love fucking reggae rock. I love all hip hop is like 90s. New York hip hop is like one of my favorite shit of all time, dude. And I just want to take all the best parts of all these genres and throw it into some shit that somebody cannot fucking explain. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, man. Lately, it's been like, like what do you call this kind of music? And I'm like, I don't know. Like fucking, some people say it's reggae. To me, it's just like super like I don't know, rappy, hip hoppy reggae dub punk rock, fucking with some, I don't know, a little bit of everything. It sounds like fucking. I try to make it sound like Southern California. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear
That's my
SoCal.
goal.
I totally
That's my
hear
goal.
SoCal for sure. Yeah.
That's my goal. Is like I want people to hear the song and be like, okay, this motherfucker like grew up smoking weed and skateboarding and surfing and fucking getting in trouble. You know, I want it to be something that somebody can relate to by hearing it, but without being able to pigeonhole it into some fucking genre. Because there's some people that are like, I don't like reggae, but I fuck with this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or I love punk rock. I love punk rock, and I don't really fuck with reggae, but I like this Kyle Smith shit. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want. I want to be able to have it be as universal as possible. So I started just like playing guitar when I was 6, 7. I never did anything with it throughout all of high school, my young adult life. I kept it in the closet. I never did anything with it. I made like little garage band things when I was like 17, but that's kind of like when I started getting like really heavy into drugs, like 16. And I never would have thought that I would like do anything with it, So it was always like a closet thing. It was something that I kept private. I would do it alone. And then when I got really bad, when I was like strung out, homeless, doing all that shit, it was like my only hustle was playing guitar in front of Rite Aid in Long Beach on 2nd Street. You know what I mean? And I did that. I did that every fucking day. I took the bus down there and did that every day for like 2, 3 years. And I would go to the same spot in front of Rite Aid And I really like lost the passion for it when I was doing it like that, because I fucking started to hate it, because I was so miserable and withdrawing and kicking every day, but I would still have to go do it. So when I got clean in 2013, I hate to relate everything to recovery. Like, I know people are sick of hearing about it, like it's a fucking broken record, but it really does
Who
come down
cares?
to
It's
like,
your story.
it
Sorry
comes
to
down
interrupt.
to like, no, I appreciate. What was that? Sorry.
It's your story. Sorry to interrupt you. Who cares?
No,
It's your
good.
story.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that I would never be able to play guitar or sing ever again without meth. When I was like 30 days clean, I was like, I will never be able to play guitar and sing ever again. And this is when I was 20 years old. You know what I mean? I got to treatment. I was 113 pounds. I had scabs all over my face and like down to the tips of my fingers from just like picking myself out for fucking years. And I thought that I would never be able to sing normally ever. And then slowly I started, 6 months, a year-ish, I kind of started playing here and there. When I was at the recovery home that I was staying at, people were like, bro, you should do something with that. And I'm like, no, you know what I mean? Why me? Fucking no way in hell, never in a million years. And then I started like writing little songs, and I would post them up on Facebook, um and I posted them on Facebook, and a couple of them like did really well. I met my friend Mark Rasmussen, which is SoCal Trash. He was on the first EP, that song Dope Fiend. He took a verse on there.
Hmm.
He's out of the Inland Empire. And he saw me on Facebook and was like, yo, dude, your shit's dope. Come down and jam with me anytime. So yeah, so SoCal Trash, my buddy Mark, he put me in front of his, 10,000 followers one day. And this is when I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. We were just jamming in his backyard, and all the people that listened to him were like, "Bro, Sublime Vibes, this is dope." You know what I mean? Like, whoa, this kid's. And that day, my whole page just like lit the fuck up with like thousands of followers, thousands of friend requests. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Holy shit!" Like this is fucking cool. This
Mhm.
is really cool, and I really like I like that like people think that this is fucking good. You know what I mean? And I was like, maybe I have something here. Shortly after that, I made my first record in 2017. I hired a bunch of studio musicians. I basically paid enough money to be able to go in there and direct and be like, these are the drums I want, this is the bass I want. Let's do this here. I had no idea what I was doing production wise, but I had a really good producer named Elliot Lanham, who's in Santa Barbara. And he did like Dark Horse, Katy Perry. He did like a bunch of like huge, like pop hits.
Wow.
And that was the first guy I ever recorded music with, was at his studio. So I
Huh.
got really lucky that he reached out to me and gave me a good deal. And yeah, it kind of like changed everything, just having that first record and something to kind of market myself. And Jaded is still like the second highest streamed song, you know what I mean, out of all of
Mhm.
them. And that's cool, that I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And it ended up being like that. So yeah, I dropped the record. It charted, which is fucking crazy because, like, to me that was like a huge deal at the time. It was like number 8 iTunes top 100 reggae albums or whatever.
Mhm.
And I didn't even know that I had like a following like that. But I guess it's always the first like day is always like popping no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Staying up there is the bitch, but but
Yeah.
but it was number 8 for like 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Um, that like blew my fucking mind. You know what I mean? And I was so fucking inspired just to like see my shit up there. It was like Stick, Bob Marley, fucking Shaggy, and then fucking Kyle Smith EP, and I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Mhm.
Um, so that was really really cool. And then after that, I met Chris at an open mic. This is right after the album dropped, right?
Mhm.
Right after the album dropped, I'm like playing all these acoustic sets all over town. I have my fucking CDs with me, and I'm just giving them to as many people that'll fucking take them. I'm just giving my CDs to everybody in town. I'm going to downtown Ventura every week, and I'm stapling fucking dozens of them all over every single bulletin board. I'm fucking clipping them to every single fucking light pole. Whatever the fuck I had to do to get it into as many eyes and ears as possible. And I was playing a open mic, and I met Scotty. There was a place called Discovery that is now the Ventura Music Hall. Scotty was like, dude, you should be doing all these songs with a full band. And I don't know, man. I just uh I don't know. I was so used to playing these acoustic sets, and I'd never played with a band before, and I didn't know like how it was going to go. And Scott Brown was like, we would love to practice with you. We would love to learn your shit. And I think a week later, he got Christopher Nishida to show up with his bass guitar, and we rehearsed in a garage for the first time ever. And this was like November 2017. And that was it. We did the release show for the album, and uh yeah, man. I mean, ever since then, it's just been. I mean, I'm so lucky, and it sounds so douchey for me to say, and I don't give a fuck, but I'm so lucky that I have like a couple of guys that let me maintain creative control and let me, like I'm so fucking anal about like, the picking has to be exactly like this, you know what I mean? And when we rehearse and everything, I'm just like, I'm kind of emphatic about like everything, about every single note that everybody plays, and they totally respect that, and I'm so grateful that they have been like so awesome and let me do that, because I don't know, it's always just been like I kind of started like this whole like recording and everything, like I've always had like a specific vision, and they've always been super nice about like letting me execute it the way that I want, so without those two, the full band shows would not be happening and things would not be progressing the way that they are. And I'm so fucking grateful. And, we break bread evenly, man. I know nobody likes to talk about money, but we all break bread evenly, and they've invested so much of their fucking lives that everything gets split three ways, so we try to make sure that we take care of those guys as much as possible.
Absolutely, man. The family is always better together, whether it's the fan family, whether it's your band family, doesn't matter, man. We're all in this together, and that's what this thing is about. I got a few more questions for you, then we're going to let you get off here. I'm sure you got to get naked, go do some
Dude,
crazy
take your
stuff,
time, bro.
I
I got all the time in the world for you guys, man.
We have a big tour coming up, man. The Unmanageable Tour.
Yeah.
Drifting Roots. We've got Clemente. We've got Jayton Lenning. Tell us about this tour, how excited you are, all that groovy stuff.
All right. So this is the first time since we've been on tour with The Movement, since we've been on tour with Tropodelic, since we've been on tour with Bumpin' Uglies, that we are going back and headlining in a lot of these towns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very, very excited to see. I think that by the initial announcement and by the drop, that like things are already significantly better and bigger than they were a year and a half ago. I want to think that. We usually hit Florida like every year in like November, and Texas, and we're basically doing Oklahoma, Texas, Florida. We're coming back to AZ, all of California, Portland, Oregon, Washington. That's pretty much the whole run is staying. I try to book these tours to where we are warm. It's warm. How do I say it? I try to defeat the seasons. You know what I mean?
Defeat the seasons. That's a dope name for a song.
Defeat the seasons. So October, November, December, January, we're like in Florida and fucking California. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Summertime, we're in the fucking Northeast. Spring, we're in the Pacific Northwest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I try to make sure that we are not going through any ice storms, and because that shit can be crazy, dude. So
oh man.
So we made, Tim, my booking agent Tim made this fucking tour just line up perfectly, and we're just doing a straight shot out to, we're doing like starting in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then we're going to be doing Jacksonville, Melbourne, Sanford, St. Pete. We're doing Fort Walton Beach. We've never done the Panhandle before, so I'm stoked to go over to Fort Walton and see how that goes.
Yeah.
And then we just get to knock out a few Texas shows, and then do a bunch of California that we haven't hit in a long time, and even some new cities that we've never played in, like Arcata, and a couple of like more like Northern California beach towns, which are very, very small and like unique, but also very cool to play in for the first time. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, we were actually, speaking of Cali, we were in NorCal for Camp Redwoods,
Nice.
the Hip Abductions and Johnny Cosmic K-Bong and Surfer and Vanna and just all that. It was
Sick.
so beautiful up in Navarro. I'd never been
Yeah.
to Navarro before, and Blue, my partner, he's never been west of the Mississippi. So
Yeah.
he was out there just like, whoa,
Yeah.
man. It
Yeah, it's
just
fucking
sounds
awesome, man.
so cool up there, man.
Yeah.
So happy for you, man. It
Thanks, dude.
has been a long time coming, and to see what's happening for you it's right. It's correct, because you're such a good person. You're doing all the right things.
I'm really not.
Yes, you are. Yes,
I
you are.
appreciate you.
That's a bunch of bull. You got
I
all this
appreciate you.
love for everybody. There's just something special about you, and it's special about Clemente. You too. Like
Yeah.
I said, it's going to be magic. Okay, so I do want to talk about some funny shit.
Hell yeah.
So I'm sure I can't imagine some of the funny things you've seen in the past couple of years on these tours, because your family, your fans family is just as crazy and wild as you. Tell me about some funny stuff. Let's laugh.
Fuck, man. I mean, I don't even know where to start. It's just like pick a state, you know what I mean? Pick a city, bro.
Oh man, Florida's always good, man. That
Oh,
gets
man.
crazy in Florida for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
the Northeast gets wild. Those kids. I mean, I lived in Boston when I was working with the
Yeah.
elevators. That gets wild.
Yeah.
Tell us some funny stuff, man.
Oh man, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I think fuck, that's a good question. It's like it could get so dirty and so bad so fast, you know.
I know, but
Like,
we'll keep it X-rated.
Here's a cool story. Our very first tour in Florida, right? This is the first time we ever go to Florida, so we have no idea what we're doing. This is in 2018. Okay. My manager at the time booked us a 13-show tour between Lake Worth, Florida, and Brooklyn. So 2018, our first East Coast run ever. First time I'd ever seen any of these places. We fly into Fort Lauderdale, and we rent Noah from a band at the time called Space Coast Ghosts.
I know them.
Tour manager. So he's tour manager for the Reese Brothers now. Noah, or Blake, he picks us up from the airport, and we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. He takes us to his pad. We stay at his house. We play like 3 Florida shows, like all like, super local hometown style. And then we rent. So what we had to do was we went to a pawn shop. We bought a drum set, amps, and we flew in with our guitars. We went to a pawn shop when we got off the plane, and we bought a drum set and amps, and we rented a fucking tiny little Buick. and we filled that shit full of instruments, and there was 3 of us. So like Scotty was in the back seat, me and Chris were driving. And there's like instruments just like piled to the fucking ceiling. Like you could not fit a piece of paper in this fucking car. And we did a few shows in Florida. We went up to DC. We did we opened for Hyrie in Virginia Beach. It was like this really cool, strange tour. That time we were driving. We played in Madeira Beach, and then we had to be in Lake Worth the next morning, which is like 2 totally opposite ends of Florida.
Oh wow.
And we were driving back from the Madeira Beach show, and Chris was driving, and I'm like half asleep, and I just wake up to, oh shit, and a fucking boar runs or like a pig, you know what I mean? Oh. A pig at like 3 a.m. out in like by Lake Okeechobee in Florida. Yep. Or not Okeechobee, what's the fucking name of it?
There's Lake Okeechobee. Yeah, the big giant one.
Is that right? Okeechobee?
Yeah. In the middle of southern Florida. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're driving like out by there. It's like 2:30 or 3 a.m. Chris hits a fucking pig. We pull over. This rental that we're in has like a computer start system. So the car shuts off, And then we're like, okay, everything's fine. There was like a little dent on the front of the car, you know what I mean? And we like weren't looking for, couldn't find the pig anywhere. And then we go to start, and the car just like won't start because he like hit the computer in the like that's on the front or whatever. I guess some of the newer cars, they just like computer start, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's 3 a.m. We're on the side of the road in fucking somewhere we've never been, and somebody called the cops on us saying that we were like suspicious. And yeah, I was like, so the cops come, and we just go through this whole fucking ordeal for like 6 hours, just explaining that we're a band on tour. And the tow truck driver comes. It's like 5 a.m. um it's 5 a.m. We make it back over to the other side, over Lake Worth. We have to get the rental car towed to the house that we're staying at because it was like a tiny rental car company. And then we have to load in at 9 a.m. to do a 10 a.m. performance on and this is on the pier. We did this thing for Balcony TV. It was like this series.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so we did this thing for Balcony TV in Lake Worth, Florida. So that night, we basically didn't sleep all night. We hit a fucking pig, and we got a ride from the tow truck driver who really wanted to fucking talk the whole time when we like desperately needed to sleep.
Mm.
And he talked the whole 3 hour drive there and did not fucking stop till 8:30 in the morning when he dropped us off. And and then we loaded in at fucking 9:30, and it was 98 degrees in August in Florida. And me
Oh.
and Scotty B and Chris were carrying all of our heavy shit down to the pier after 2 days of not sleeping. And I just, for some reason, that always, that's always just like one of the gnarliest fucking moments for me
Uh,
ever.
you're just dead to the world. Like
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
dude, I'm done. I'm
yeah.
done. And then you got to
Yeah.
go do it,
And then
like,
the second the camera comes on and it's like, hey, we're here with Kyle Smith. I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? Like fucking all cross-eyed and shit. Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny, man. I'll never forget that, renting hitting a pig in a rental car and then being stuck on the side of the road at 3 a.m. in Florida for fucking hours, and the cops saying that they were called on us because we looked sketchy. And
yeah,
then
right.
yeah, it was a pretty crazy 14 hours.
Dude, perfect example right there for everybody out there that's watching this. Number one, you're late if you're just tuning in. We got Kyle Smith in the house talking about funny stories of tour. But everybody that's watching this, man, that's a perfect example right there of what really goes down on tour.
Yeah.
No, I mean, dude, me and Nick, when I was working with the Elevators,
Yeah.
we were in Corpus Christi. We're on the Stick Figure tour, 2018, 17, something like that.
Yeah.
And so we're in Corpus Christi, and then we have 1.5 days, I believe, to get to
Yeah.
Minneapolis.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there
So
was a
gnarly.
bomb cyclone that we had to drive straight through. We get to a gas station, like the gas pumps are like falling over,
Fuck.
no sleep. I mean, dude, we can go on and on. Everybody out there, once again, this
Yep.
is what tour is. So when you get to that show and you see your favorite band or your homies, you know, feel the energy. If we're ready to say hey, like, yes. If we're not, just give us a second, because there's
Yeah.
no telling what we've gone through. We always will be like, yo, we love you.
Yeah.
It's there's so, like, getting into a new city after like doing all the stuff that you're talking about or whatever we've gone through. Like, you got to almost put like, okay, and we're here. But sometimes it's hard to do that. So everybody
Yeah.
remember that we love you. We love you. We do, but we may have hit a pig last night. We may have,
Yeah.
like, not gotten any sleep or whatever. But yeah, dude, pretty soon you'll have a tour bus and you won't have to worry about it. So, uh, dude, it just brings me back to all this days, just like driving 14 hours or 8
Yeah.
hours trying to get to
Yeah.
the next show.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been such a blast chatting with you, man. Hey, what
You
is
too,
coming up?
man.
Yeah, dude. What's coming up music wise? I know you got the tour, but let's talk about music. You got some new tunes coming out. Let's
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I've been working towards the next full length for like 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ever since we finished Lost Cause, it's just been like on to the next one, you know? So my goal is to have like another like full fucking 13 song album, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get that out by March. So I'm thinking that the second we get done with this unmanageable tour, and then right before we hit the road for summer, I'll fucking, you know, drop this next album. So I don't know. Musically, songwriting wise, production wise, I really, really think that I really want this to shit all over everything that I've ever made previously. So yeah, I feel like so far I have only made music. There's only music released where I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, and I think I'm finally starting to get into my groove where you know, getting closer to my full potential, and that's what I want. And I want the best of the best shit out there to represent me. So yeah, I just try to do that. Not to backtrack, but to finish that story. To finish that story real quick,
Yeah.
we finished the tour in Brooklyn, sold all of our shit to Guitar Center, and then flew back with fucking nothing. So that was, I just had to finish that.
Dude, that's hold on. That's so gangster going to the pawn shop. And like because when you're starting, like, you know, back then, you know, there's like probably no backline, you know, for
Yeah.
you
No,
at
fuck
some
no.
of these
We were
places,
playing
you
on
know.
porches, dude. Yeah, we were
Yeah,
playing on
yeah.
porches and fucking bars, you know. Yeah. So that was really cool. Anyways, I didn't want to backtrack, but I just had to finish that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Full length album by summer at the latest. So I'm trying to get it out by fucking March probably.
That's killer, man. Can you
Yeah.
any kind of ideas on, like, obviously it's gonna be the Kyle Smith sounds, whatever the fuck it's gonna be, and whatever the fuck you want it to be, but any kind of energy feelings that you're kind of drifting towards with the, you know, the
Um.
continuity of the record and how it's coming?
Uh. I would like to say gloves off. I would like to say no filter. I would like to say no boundaries, no genres. Saying whatever the fuck we want, no matter who doesn't like it. And I don't know, man. I've spent years of recording and dropping music, like trying to like fit into this like genre. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not trying to fit into the genre, but just like making sure that you know, like as a songwriter, I want to make some like weird shit, but at the same time, I want to make sure that it doesn't lose that like reggae feel. This time, I don't really care what the fuck, how the fuck it comes out. You know what I mean? It's like you know, the whole point of creating and to fucking to bring your flavor or your style into this world is to have it be exactly how you want it to be, and there are no fucking rules and there are no boundaries or borders when it comes to creating anything. That's for any artist of on any format. It could be painting, it could be fucking, you know, it could be painting, it could be spray painting, web design, fucking tagging, whatever the fuck, anything that you do, uh, where you just want it to be directly from the heart. So I'm really, really focusing on this record of just trying to make sure that I don't force it to sound a certain way. That I, you know, I polish it, but I don't rub it till the fucking paint comes off, which is a really good one that I heard. You know, like I I want to create genreless and boundaryless fucking music that anybody can fuck with, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting that you say defying genre boundaries. I was talking with Easy Star All Stars founder. I was talking with
Yep.
Carter Surfer Girl. You know, a lot of people are
He's so
talking
dope.
dude, you want to go on, we can go on about
I love
Carter, dude.
Carter, man.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
can we just say we love you, Carter, one time here?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. We love you,
We love you,
Carter.
Carter. Yes,
Yes, we
boy.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at, okay, let's talk about that. You look at Noon, dude.
Yeah.
He dropped a record and he took a huge risk that paid
Hmm.
off so hard.
Hmm.
He went so many different directions, and yet it all came together as a cohesive piece
Yeah.
of gold, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody, you have such a good point. You know, Ziggy Marley told me years ago, all music is music, no music is not music. So do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Yep.
And especially do whatever you want when you already have the backing from all your family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they already everybody already loves you. So don't worry about, oh, well, that's not going to be good, because you're more than music, dude. You're
Yeah.
doing something that's more than music. And that's, I think those are some of the most powerful people. When you do something you can feel, whether you play it or you say it, that's good shit right there. So
Oh yeah. Thanks,
yeah,
man.
man.
Thank you. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's so easy to create something where people are like, I don't really fuck with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for every person that thinks that, there's like, a couple that are just like, whoa, like this is completely different and this is fucking dope. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've made some I've taken some fucking L's, dude, with some of these singles where I'm just like you know what I mean? Like in a fucking world where I just should not be in, you know what I mean? And
Right.
like on my way was like the song that I sent you, like on my way was fucking great, you know what I mean? On my way hit #2 reggae song, like it's still like one of the biggest one, like highest streamed songs, and the video and everything, like the whole fucking release was great. Some of the other ones that I've dropped were just like so like weird and unusual, and just like some people were just like, I straight up don't fuck with this, but I like it. And really, the more that I do this, the like pretty much all I care about is like having fun and creating something that I like to hear. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've really kind of let go of wondering what people will think about the songs, and or trying to make it fit into like a certain I don't want to do what people are just expecting. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
want to fucking completely throw everybody the fuck off and have it be like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
uh Kurt when Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, when Kurt fucking got the final master back from Nevermind. When he got the final master for Nevermind from Geffen Records, this is like mid 90s or early 90s, or like, 91, 92, right before the whole fucking Smells Like Teen Spirit and everything comes out.
Yeah.
He got the fucking masters back, and it was like on a cassette tape back then. He played it for his mom, and she like, it was so weird, and nobody had ever made anything like that before ever. But his mom, it was like this whole documentary that I watched where like he played it for his mom, and she just started crying, and she's like, you have no idea what the fuck's about to happen to your life right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really, really want to make some shit that is so weird and so fucking unusual, and that I want my mom to fucking cry when she hears it.
I bet
I,
you
I want
will.
it to be I want it to be some shit where I want people to hear it and be like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Like Sublime self-titled, you know what I mean? Like when
Mm-hmm.
when Brad was showing, like I've seen like so many documentaries just about like yo, dude, this shit is like the fucking Beach Boys on fucking crack, dude. You know what I mean? And I want to make some shit like that. So I don't know. Try to keep it weird.
Yeah. Speaking of Bradley, man, I do want to touch on Bradley's house opening.
Yeah.
Just real quick, tell everybody about the opening and kind of what that whole thing is about before we get to the last question.
Yeah, dude. So the Knoll Family Foundation is a nonprofit, and they, Brad from Sublime, who passed away from a heroin overdose, his sister Kelly has been raising funds for 8 years to open a recovery home called Bradley's House, and their goal is to get musicians who struggle with addiction in there, a bed, a sober place to stay, a place where they can create. They can be introduced to recovery, into meetings. It's basically a recovery home for musicians, which is fucking unbelievable and amazing. They they aren't, obviously if somebody needs a bed, they're not going to be like, oh, well, you're not a musician, but at the same time, they're trying to feed that atmosphere of, creating and recording music. And after 8 years of raising funds, they finally fucking opened the house on Saturday. I was just there 2 days ago. It's down in Redlands, kind of in the Inland Empire in California. And I went down, and it was really, really heavy. Kelly was there, Brad's dad, Jim was there, Brad's son, Jacob, the whole Sublime fam was there. And it was really special to be such a a very very small part of that, because Law Records, the No Family Foundation, they've all worked so fucking hard, and they literally bought a fucking house selling one t-shirt at a time, and talking to people about recovery at fucking festivals where people are on mushrooms and fucking blacked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is crazy, which is
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's
And
gangster. Yeah.
it's fucking wild, bro. It's like, some people just fucking do, some people understand, and some people just do not want to fucking hear about that shit at a festival. And for me, as an addict in recovery and a musician, and I live in the fucking culture of staying fucked up and never being sober. It's my whole fucking world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this music scene. And um, I think that I've done like a decent job at like sharing my story, but not being preachy about it,
Mhm.
And when that booth is there at the festival, it's like, okay, like this is my niche. This is where I know that I can go and like hang out for a bit, where like people understand me and they know about, meetings and the 12 steps and all that shit, because nobody wants to hear about the 12 steps while they're on mushrooms at a fucking music festival. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like,
And
bro, no.
yeah. Yeah. And I totally respect that. If you're having fun and you're fucking tripping, yeah, like, fuck yeah, trip your fucking face off, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like smoke as much as Um I respect everybody where they're at and whatever the fuck they want to do, as long as they're happy. And I never want to be fucking preachy with my recovery or my sobriety, or you know what I mean, any of that shit. I want everybody to do whatever the fuck makes them happy.
Yeah.
And that it's just been such a special, it means a lot to me to know that I'm not alone, because when I first started playing reggae shows, I was like, bro, how the fuck am I going to do this? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like when we first started playing shows, I was like, how the fuck is anybody in the Cali reggae scene gonna fuck with a guy that does not smoke weed or drink? You know what I mean? That was like
Yeah.
my biggest thing. And there's still a lot of people that don't even know that I don't smoke weed that will like see this and be like, what? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I haven't done anything that affects me from the neck up since fucking 2013. You know what I mean? Like anything that
Congrats.
has changed my mood or mind like once, you know what I mean? And to some people, thank you. To some people, that's insane. But to me, I know that it's totally necessary. And I know that there are some people that are just like me that just fucking shouldn't. You know what I mean? And there's a very, very small demographic of people that fucking foundation has had a huge impact on. And they're literally saving fucking lives by giving people struggling with fucking addiction a place to feel at home, a place where they can be heard, and now literally a place where they can fucking sleep and recover, man. So much love to the Knoll family and to Kelly and to Bradley's house. They started that whole thing just in hopes that no other parent or no other sister has to feel the way that they did when they lost Bradley.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, how can everybody find more info on that beautiful place and that beautiful foundation?
Knollfamilyfoundation.org.
That's it right there.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
Kyle, guess what? We're almost done. It's been such a blast, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
We got to go out and check out a show. We will meet soon. I know we will. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
fuck yeah.
when I interviewed we interviewed Carter, we had not met him yet, and it felt like this instant, like we've known each other forever, man. We're getting the same feeling with you, Kyle, man. We cannot wait to go out and see you on we'll try to make an unmanageable tour
Yeah, buddy.
situation. And man, Kyle Smith Music Fans is the Facebook group, kylesmithjams.com. He's got a new record. It's going to be dropping. It's going to blow your motherfucking mind in March. And man, so many more good things to come. One more question. Everybody gets it the first time we chat, and you're going to get it as well. Now, you're not 100% reggae, but reggae is more than just a genre, man. Again, it's been such a pleasure. What does reggae mean to you?
So what I love about reggae, and to be honest, I think that reggae and punk rock have so fucking much in common. And I think that the whole origination of reggae was fucking resistance music and fucking rebel music, you know what I mean? And it's, I don't know, man. I mean, I think that we have a very, very special group of supporters and listeners, and I don't like using the term fans, but friends that think differently. You know what I mean? Like this is a whole fucking world of people um, that tend to not be mean, that tend to be kind and to tend to think about others. And a lot of our fucking supporters and people are on mushrooms that completely changes how you fucking look at fucking life. You know what I mean? I don't
Mhm.
know if that has anything to do with the original question, but I think that our scene and our people are just a completely fucking different breed and a very very selfless fucking demographic. You know what I mean? And I've never in my fucking entire life met so many people that I've never met so many fucking people that care about others. You know what I mean? And I don't know anywhere else where I can go where like I don't know anywhere else or any other people that I know where I can go fucking play in a city 2,000 miles away from home and have somebody trying to bring me food or tell me about sorry
It's okay,
God
buddy.
damn it
No,
uh
it's okay.
yeah it's fucking love, dude. You know what I mean?
It's our fucking family, dude. It's what the family is always better together, and our family is a legit fucking family, man.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
we no matter what, always.
So what does reggae mean to me? Reggae means to me fucking love that very, very few people on this fucking planet can understand. And yeah, man. I don't know, dude. It's literally like I love that people feel like at home at our shows. You know what I mean? I love that people know that if they fucking come to see us and they show up at the show, that they can be themselves and that they are in a room full of people that love the same shit that they do. And it's like the fucking sense of unity is fucking so huge. You know what I mean? So to me, it sounds so fucking cliche and it sounds like such bullshit. But to me, reggae is fucking love and unity, and it could be reggae, it could be punk, it could be fucking ska, it could be any of that shit. But it's a place where I know that if people are coming to our shows, that there is a fucking that there's a hardcore punk rocker and a fucking deadhead with fucking dreadlocks, all loving the same shit, all getting along, no matter where the fuck you're from, no matter where you've been, what you've done, how old you are, how much money you fucking have or don't have, who you know, whatever the fuck it is, that everybody is all the fucking same. And I love that. And there's literally there's nothing I could ever fucking do that could like repay like what people do for us every fucking night that we're on tour. You know what I mean? So it's fucking I guess, yeah. What does reggae mean to you? That's such a fucking crazy question. It's
It's
love.
all
It's love.
it's always a different answer, man. I think
It's
probably
love.
probably over 100 interviews now of people all over the scene and some outside of our genre who have become family as well, you know. And it's just
Yeah.
always a different answer. And man, another fantastic 100% A plus answer, Kyle. You're an A plus person. Congratulations to you on all your success, on your
Thanks, man.
recovery, and you have something extremely special. And you're starting this movement that has never been done quite like this before. So please keep doing what you're doing and
It's
stay
crazy.
in touch. And now you are family here with us at Simmer Down, and we always got your back. All right.
Thanks, man. Can I add one more thing to that?
Of course.
That this is just me being petty, but there is a lot of there's I say that and there's so many people that preach about the fucking love and the equality and the unity that are just full of fucking shit, dude. And there's so many people that fucking sing about it that are just full of shit. And I just, I don't know, man. I think that there's, there's some of us that fucking live it, and there's some of us that really understand what the fuck I'm talking about. And then there's other people that want to try to fucking wrap it up and put it in a box and sell it to fucking people as a fucking marketing tool,
Yep.
And it's very, very important that we fucking recognize real. And I think that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to be petty by saying that, and just letting people know that just watch people's fucking actions, dude. You know what I mean? Like I hate to sound, I can be a total piece of shit myself, and I'm like the last one to fucking talk about to be preachy, because I can fucking, in 1 second I can do something wrong, and I can make a fucking mistake, and I can do, I can act on my defects, and I can be a fucking dick, and I can snap on people, and I've done all that shit, man. But really, I've seen people fucking sing about peace and love and unity on stage, and then the second they get off stage, fucking treat people like fucking products. You know what I mean?
Same.
And we're all the same, dude. We're all the same, no matter who's on stage, no matter who's in the crowd. Like, we are fucking, I'm just a dude fucking, with a guitar. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's very important that we are all on the same fucking level. But I just wanted to say that because a lot of people, for me, if I heard myself, like what is the definition of reggae to you, and I was like, oh, love and unity, I'd be like, that sounds like some fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, that sounds like some bullshit, and that sounds like the same shit that I hear everywhere. But if you're really fucking living it, dude, and you really fucking mean it, it's real. So yeah, I'll shut up. I just wanted to say that.
Hey, that interview just fucks, man. That was such a good one. Thank you so much, man.
Of course,
we
dude.
Appreciate you.
I don't really wanna let you down. I'm sorry, girl, I'm on the go. Another day before I leave this town. Another night, another show. So when we talk about the sacrifices, blood, sweat, and tears, and leaving every